Hello Muslim friends in the world. In a historic step to strengthen interfaith relations, 10 Italian Catholic priests visited the Grand Mosque of Rome this week to gain a deeper understanding of Islamic traditions and strengthen bonds between communities. They were warmly received by the mosque's leaders and the local Muslim community in a visit that symbolized interfaith dialogue. During the visit, the priests toured the mosque and listened to the call to prayer, adhan, resounding through the Grand Mosque of Rome. Some appeared deeply moved, silent, and impressed by the adhan's melodic echo within the mosque. "It's a truly heart-stirring experience," said Father Antonio, one of the priests participating in the visit. "The adhan reminds us of peace and the greatness of God, who is one for all of us." In addition to listening to the adhan, the priests participated in a discussion led by local Islamic leaders about the values of Islam and the similarities between Islamic and Christian teachings. This discussion aimed to strengthen peaceful relations between Muslims and Christians in Italy, especially amid global challenges and issues related to religious differences. The visit was warmly welcomed by the Muslim community in Italy as a gesture of respect and growing friendship. The Grand Imam of the Grand Mosque of Rome expressed his appreciation for the priests' initiative. "Such actions show that religion can serve as a bridge, not a wall. We can learn and understand each other, and this is a small step towards a more harmonious world," he stated. It is hoped that visits like this will foster more interfaith dialogue in Italy and other countries, laying a foundation for unity and brotherhood among humanity. 10 Italian Catholic priests made a surprising decision following their recent visit to the Grand Mosque of Rome. After returning from a visit intended to strengthen interfaith dialogue, the priests decided to study Islam more deeply. Following intensive discussions and personal reflection, they ultimately decided to embrace Islam. The visit to the Grand Mosque of Rome initially aimed to understand Islamic traditions and strengthen interfaith bonds. However, the profound experiences they had while listening to the adhan, interacting with Islamic leaders, and witnessing Islamic values and rituals directly left a deep impact on them. "When the adhan was called, something touched my heart, reminding me of the true meaning of connecting with God," said Father Giovanni, one of the 10 former priests. "After discussion and studying Islamic teachings, we felt that Islam is the path we wished to pursue." These priests received direct guidance from Islamic leaders at the Grand Mosque of Rome and have officially embraced Islam. The process was carried out in a solemn atmosphere, where they loudly pronounced the shahadah as a declaration of their new faith. This news garnered widespread attention from both Muslim and Christian communities in Italy. Many were inspired by their faithful spiritual journey. Some Christian religious leaders in Italy expressed hope that this decision would bring peace to those who chose to embark on a new path in their lives. Meanwhile, the Muslim community in Rome welcomed them with great joy, ready to support them as they begin their journey as Muslims. This event also highlights the importance of genuine interfaith dialogue and understanding. In an environment of respect and openness, new beliefs can emerge, and decisions like this can be born out of a sincere spiritual journey. Pope Francis was reportedly surprised upon hearing the news that 10 Italian Catholic priests decided to convert to Islam. The priests' decision, made following their visit to the Grand Mosque of Rome and participation in interfaith discussions, shocked the Vatican and the Christian community across Italy. Known for his inclusive and dialogical outlook, Pope Francis reportedly requested further explanation regarding this event. According to sources within the Vatican, Pope Francis initially welcomed the priests' initiative to strengthen dialogue with the Muslim community. However, their decision to convert to Islam after exploring Islamic teachings was apparently unexpected for the Holy See. Pope Francis has always encouraged interfaith dialogue as a path toward understanding and peace, stated a Vatican official. He certainly respects each individual's freedom in seeking spiritual truth, but this news is certainly surprising for the entire Church. The Pope, who has long campaigned for interfaith dialogue and harmony in diversity, was reported to remain calm despite his surprise. He conveyed a loving message to the priests who have now officially embraced Islam, praying that they find peace in the spiritual journey they have chosen. Some Christian figures in Italy expressed varied views, from those concerned to others who see it as proof of the profound nature of interfaith dialogue. On the other hand, many Muslims in Rome and Italy expressed gratitude for this decision, hoping they can support these former priests on their path as Muslims. This story illustrates the complex dynamics of interfaith relations in Europe, where interfaith dialogue can lead to profound, life-changing experiences. Pope Francis continues to emphasize the importance of peaceful dialogue and respect for each individual's beliefs as a foundation for true peace among religions. The 10 former Catholic priests who recently chose to embrace Islam are now living as devout Muslims. After deciding to convert following their visit to the Grand Mosque of Rome, these former priests have fully dedicated themselves to the teachings of Islam, diligently and committedly deepening their new faith. Their spiritual journey has not been easy. Some of them have undergone significant lifestyle changes and daily routines. From performing the 5 daily prayers and fasting to studying the Quran and the teachings of Prophet Muhammad in depth, they now live as active Muslims, following the path of faith wholeheartedly. One of them, now named Abdullah after deciding to change his name, said that discovering Islam felt like finding the peace he had been searching for. "We went through a lot of reflection and prayer to reach this decision," Abdullah stated. "Islam has taught us the meaning of obedience to God in a way that is simple yet profoundly deep. We now strive to live according to Allah's will and follow the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad." Their presence in the Muslim community in Italy brings encouragement and inspiration to many. These former priests actively participate in religious activities, help at the local mosque, and support social programs to strengthen bonds within the Italian Muslim community. Under the guidance of Islamic religious leaders, they continue learning to deepen their understanding of Islamic laws and the values taught in the Quran. The Italian Muslim community has warmly welcomed them, seeing this as a strong testament to unity and openness. They are also inspired by the resilience of these former priests, who bravely chose Islam as their new way of life. This event has become a symbol of how respectful interfaith dialogue can open one's heart and mind to discovering true peace. Now, these former priests are committed to living their lives as devout Muslims, following Islamic teachings wholeheartedly, and hoping to grow in their faith under Allah's mercy.